There's no guard in this league, point guard, whose basketball IQ is higher than Lonzo Ball.
Lonzo Ball has been in trade rumors for months. At one point, he's going to the Bulls, then the Knicks, then the Clippers, the Sixers, the Hawks. Meanwhile, in my head, I'm just thinking, why? It's funny, everyone likes to roast Lonzo until their team could get him. Then it's all, please let's get him. Make up your mind about Lonzo. But Lonzo didn't get traded, and here's why. What is up, dudes? So that's Spawners Players. It's your boy MJ. No wonder Lonzo got so much interest from every team in the league, because it's obvious that Lonzo makes an impact that every team wants. Why would you trade a 23-year-old that is shooting 40% from 3, has proven to be one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, all NBA defense level, and can play make at the highest level, the highest IQ point guard in the league according to Magic Johnson, and oh yeah, he's 6'6", because you don't want to pay him when he becomes a free agent. And I get it, $20 million a year sounds like a lot until you realize with the new salary caps, it's not. The average NBA player's salary is $10 million, but that also includes older contracts. Max contracts now are above $40 million a year, where in the years past, it was barely hitting $30 million. Lonzo's nowhere near any of those numbers. He's just trying to get paid a good role player salary. For example, Aaron Gordon is getting paid $18 million a year. Gorgie Dang is getting paid $17 million, and Ricky Rubio is making $17 million a year, and he still can't shoot. Lonzo can, and y'all can subscribe for more content. Another video coming out tomorrow, so hit that subscribe button. The Pelicans may not want to pay him, but it's a fair value. When Lonzo played with the Lakers, Luke Walton was the head coach, and we saw what Luke Walton did with the Kings. He made the Kings, who had one of the fastest players in the league in De'Aaron Fox, one of the slowest teams in the league. And surprise, they crashed, going from the 9th seed the year before Luke Walton to 12th seed with him. Lonzo can't seem to get away from coaches who want to play slow and don't believe in their players' strengths.
Yeah, his dad was talking so I took him out early.
That is blasphemous!
I would have loved for Lonzo to be traded, but for the Pelicans, it literally makes no sense. The Pelicans were about to make one of the dumbest moves I've seen in a while. You know, apart from the Rockets, because they really got no one for Harden. The Pelicans were going to break up Lonzo and Zion, who were 23 and 20 years old. But here's the thing, no one could offer anything that made sense with the Pelicans because none of those options would fit alongside Ingram and Zion. If we simplify all this down, it's really obvious. Ingram is a scorer. Zion is a dominant inside force that is comparable to Shaq and Giannis. What do you need to make that work? A distributing point guard who can space floor. And oh yeah, it would be an added bonus if he was a great defender, young, and pretty lanky so he can guard multiple positions. If only the Pelicans could find someone like that. Yeah, there's definitely a fair trade value for every player that's not a superstar, but how many players would you find in the league that fit perfectly with your core and are young? Unless you get a lot of first round picks, it just wouldn't equate. But then you risk one other thing, perhaps the most important asset you have, Zion Williamson. Zion is supposed to be your franchise guy. He's locked until 2023, but the Pelicans need to keep him happy. New Orleans isn't the biggest market. He can earn more money in a bigger market. Heck, he's earning over $100 million on a shoe deal before even touching the court. But what's clear is that Zion likes Lonzo. Zion has said that he thinks Lonzo will be the best point guard in the league. Just last season before the bubble, Zion's net rating with Lonzo was 11.7 and without Lonzo was negative 4.1. In fact, Lonzo averages the same assists to Zion as LeBron did to AD last year at 4.7 assists per 36 minutes. There is clearly a connection. On top of that, they are great friends off the court. You start off by upsetting Zion Williamson and you end up with another draft pick, another number 1 overall pick wanting out. I've been infuriated by the Pelicans' lack of competency just when it comes to signing people. When David Griffin became GM and secured so many pieces for Anthony Davis, that was great, but then signing Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams made absolutely no sense. You got Zion, and then you're just gonna give him no spacing? Alright, cool. Hiring Stan Van Gundy, knowing that he was gonna make the Pelicans a slow team despite having Lonzo and Zion. That didn't make any sense. The Pelicans are 17th in pace. This is a joke, right? No? Was this all a motivation tactic by the Pelicans to get Lonzo going? An act of desperation? There were no players on the trade market that either had the current fit or potential of Lonzo besides maybe a Oladipo, but he ain't going to the Pelicans. What actually happened was that the Pelicans most likely wanted to get rid of Bledsoe and Steven Adams after realizing that they don't fit with the team, and they had just signed an extension with Steven Adams for 2 years, $37 million. The Pelicans were trying to use a high-value asset in Lonzo to get rid of a player that others necessarily don't want. Zoe and the Clippers would have been a perfect fit. I would have loved to see him on the Bulls with new teammates, new excitement. Man, seeing Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic, Zoe, that's just awesome. But that's why the Pelicans couldn't pull the trigger, because they would need a lot back for Lonzo, something that other teams just couldn't offer. But what do you think? The trade deadline was crazy. The Heat building something special. And hey, if they get Aldridge, I'm gonna have to break that one down. I made this short video to talk about the situation because it was ridiculous. Also, a new video coming out tomorrow, which is actually really important in terms of the NBA, so make sure you watch it. If you like the vid, hit the like button, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new or you've been watching for a minute. It's your boy MJ. We out, and we vibing.
Got all the patience, so let's get high, let's get wasted. Okay, just hop in my spaceship, no. Okay, just hop in my spaceship.